1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. It has been stressed that some groups are trying to conduct unrest protest campaigns again. There is a possibility to pay electricity bills of vihariyas by managing the funds from a common fund. Tenders will be called tomorrow to purchase coal immediately. It has been emphasized that several crises which occurred during the past period have caused the present collapse of the country. Supreme Court decides not to proceed with FR petitions against the President. And in foreign news, 4 dead as explosive typhoon hits Philippines. News in detail. Acting Defence Minister Pramita Bandara says that some groups are trying to conduct an unrest protest campaign while the government is taking efforts to make the country stable economically, socially and to safeguard the country's security sector. Participating in a media briefing held at the Information Department today, he pointed out that such groups are attempting to create an unrest in the country by gathering the university students and people. But the government has paid special attention on the security of the common properties of the country and the people. Joining the event, Defence Secretary retired Major General Kamal Gunaratne said that some groups are trying to put the country into anarchy. Relevant information has been revealed by the intelligence unit of the country. He said all measures will be taken to safeguard the law, peace and the public security of the country. Professor of the Sri Lanka Amarapura Maha Sangha Sabha, Venerable Pallekanda Ratnasara Thera says that electricity is an essential requirement in the religious places and Buddhist viharas that fulfill community services. The government has prepared a system for the rights of the bhikkhus to use the funds received by the viharas privately under the Devalagam Act. Participating in the Subharti program of the SLBC, the Thero also stated that there is a possibility to pay the electricity bills of vihariyas by managing the fund as a common fund. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. General Manager of the Lanka Coal Company, Nimal Hevage, says that tenders will be called tomorrow to purchase coal immediately to the Norachole Lakvijaya power plant. Accordingly, 5 coal ships are to be purchased. He also stated that in addition, long-term open tenders will be called by Thursday to purchase coal needed for a period of 1 year. Professor Vasanta Atukorala said that a decision should be taken for the future of the country. He said that several crises which were occurring during the past period have caused the present-day collapse of the country. Participating in the Dasadesin program of the SLBC, he said that the reality of the economic situation in the country should not be hidden. At present, the poverty experience in the country is at a high level. The amount of goods and services that can be purchased from the salary is at a very low level. The business sector in the country are facing several economic crises. The private sector employees are also facing severe hardships in maintaining their day-to-day lives. The Supreme Court has decided not to proceed with the fundamental rights petitions filed against Ranil Wickremesinghe over the Easter Sunday bomb attacks as he is the incumbent President. The Supreme Court decided that the proceedings against President Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is named as a respondent in connection with the said petitions, cannot be continued. The order was issued by a 7-member Supreme Court bench led by Chief Justice Jayantha Jayasuriya. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Minister Mahinda Amaravira says that the government is dedicated at their utmost for the success of the forthcoming Maha season cultivation activities. Urea and MOG fertilizer needed for the paddy and corn cultivation for the Maha season will also be provided. The government's objective is to produce rice required for the country. Explaining views to the media after meeting the Mahanayaka of the Malwatu chapter, Most Venerable Tibbatuave Sri Subangala Thero yesterday stated that the President is scheduled to take many important decisions for the development of the agricultural sector of the country. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Now in Watchlight, passengers say that they face many difficulties for not conducting the reconstruction activities at the Pingmatta railway station in the coastal line. People have requested the relevant authorities to take immediate action in this regard for the sake of the passenger safety. This is for the attention of the General Manager of the Railways. And that was Watchlight. Now moving on to world news. In the headlines, 4 dead as explosive typhoon hits Philippines. Italy is far right on course to win election. And cattle rustlers kill at least 11 people during ambush in Kenya. 4 rescue workers have been killed and 1 left missing after a typhoon hit the main island of the Philippines. Typhoon Nauru, previously classed as a super typhoon, caused gusts of up to 240 kilometers per hour on Luzon, where more than half of the country's 110 million population live. Forecasters say the storm experienced an explosive intensification as it made landfall west of Luzon. Nauru is the strongest storm hit the Philippines this year. Far-right leader Giorgia Meloni has claimed victory in Italy's election and is on course to become the country's first female prime minister. Ms. Meloni is widely expected to form Italy's most right-wing government since World War II. That will allow much of Europe, as Italy is the EU's third biggest economy. However, speaking after the vote, Ms. Meloni said her Brothers of Italy party would govern for everyone and would not betray people's trust. Italians have sent a clear message in favor of a right-wing government led by Brothers of Italy, she told reporters in Rome. At least 11 people have been killed by cattle rustlers during an ambush in northern Kenya, police said. 8 officers, 2 civilians and a local chief are said to be among the victims of the violence in Turkana country on Saturday. Members of the National Police Service were pursuing bandits who had earlier raided a village and stolen livestock. Clashes over livestock and water are common in the area, which is also facing a worsening climate. The area has been one of the hardest hit in one of the hardest droughts East Africa has seen in 4 decades. Back to the headlines of the world news. 4 dead as explosive typhoon hits Philippines. Italy's far right on course to win election. And cattle rustlers kill at least 11 people during ambush in Kenya. On to development news. The Kurupanawa Road in Udugama in the Galle district has been developed and carpeted. The Southern Provincial Office of the Road Development Authority has spent over 100 million rupees in this regard. And that was development news.
Sports News is brought to you by...
With many values that bind us beyond the transaction, we are Sampath Bank. We present your future.
The Sri Lanka T20 World Cup squad, led by Dasun Shanaka, will commence a special residential training program from today at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium to focus on the World Cup, which will be held from the 16th of next month. Applications will be accepted until the 31st of December from athletes who will participate at the 36th All-Ceylon Veteran Athletic Meet tournament, which was organized by the Sri Lanka Veteran Athletic Organisation. Plans have been made to conduct the event at the Sugatadasa Stadium on the 13th, 14th and the 15th of January next year. And that was Sports News.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest from NSB, now extended till the 30th of September just for you. Your short-term deposits receive an attractive interest rate of 20% in 3 months and 22% in 7 months. Visit a bank branch or a main postal office today. NSB, the only bank with a 100% government guarantee.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
A high-powered business delegation from India's Dronacharya International Business Council will be in Sri Lanka from tomorrow to explore trade and investment opportunities in Sri Lanka. Business delegates are composed of importers, exporters and potential investors from the industry, mix of food and agricultural products, trading, textile manufacturers, auto component manufacturers. And that was Business News.
Business News, Sponsored by
The fastest way to earn the highest interest from NSB. Now extended till the 30th of September just for you. Your short-term deposits receive an attractive interest rate of 20% in 3 months and 22% in 7 months. Visit a bank branch or a main postal office today. NSB, the only bank with 100% government guarantee.
Economic News, courtesy of
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Sri Lanka Hadabima Authority has opened a trade stall to provide food items needed for the people of Kandy at concessionary rates. It was opened yesterday by Minister Mahinda Amaravira, and that was Economic News.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And now with the weather report, the Met Department says that North Central, Northwestern and Eastern provinces and in Mullaitivu district during the evening or night, there'll be rain. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in the North Central, Ur and Eastern provinces. A few showers will occur in the Western and Sabragamu provinces and the Galle and Mathura districts. And that was the weather report. And to conclude, let's take a look at the headlines again. It has been stressed that some groups are trying to conduct unrest protest campaigns again. There's a possibility to pay electricity bills of viharayas by managing the funds from a common fund. Tenders will be called tomorrow to purchase coal immediately. It has been emphasized that several crises which occurred during the past period have caused the present collapse of the country. Supreme Court decides not to proceed with FR petitions against the president. And in foreign news, 4 dead as explosive typhoon hits the Philippines. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.